Howdy, my darling Libra. How are you doing? I'm here to give you your message for the month and see. Howdy, my darling Libra. How are you doing? I'm here to give you your tarot message for today. See what guidance you can be receiving. If you look down below, I have a timestamp, Libra, because I understand not everybody has a social life that they want to be looking into, right? So I have it separated. So the first part is going to be just about you, my darling Libra. What you're manifesting, what you're looking out for, general spirit guide messages as well. And then the second portion, Libra, we're going to be talking about, connect to someone that may be on your mind right now, or just a general social connection to your life right now. See what's going on in your relationships. All right, so you can check that out as well and see if I'm connected to an energy that you are dealing with. All right, but first let's talk about the most important energy in the room right now, Libra, which is you. All right, obviously I have a little bit of a bias, Libra, because I am also a fellow Libra. I have like 5 or 6 placements of Libra in my chart, friend. It's I'm heavy Libra. So what's going on here for you, friend? Let's catch up. What's been going on? What is the tea, friend? All right, I hope you've been doing well. We have starting out the 8 of Pentacles. All right, so you're moving forward here. Temperance energy does lead me to believe where it might be a little bit slower than what you would like it to be, Libra, but do understand that you are still moving forward. All right, the lessons that you're dealing with right now, they're a lot more geared towards like the long term. And so what I mean by this is that you're not going to get like that instant gratification for where you're evolving right now, because to me it's like wrapping up loose ends, right? Are you familiar with that phrase, Libra? Because you get the final card of the Fool's Journey, which is that world energy, right? And so to me, it's like wrapping up loose ends here. I feel like for you, Libra, you're going to be really starting May. I know, I'm doing this reading right now on 4/19 here for you on this Saturday. But I feel like May is going to be where you're going to finally be able to like wake up and have like a clean slate that you've been really needing to have. To me, it's like you probably been just dealing with a lot in your life that has made it hard for you to either like catch up with things or be able to like invest actively either in yourself. Maybe you've been wanting to, change your routine in some way. That 8 of Pentacles is really just a card of elevating yourself. But before you're able to elevate yourself, Libra, you got to tie up those loose ends, be able to, not wake up every single day, feel as if you have to catch your breath with air there, right? So what do you need to be looking at for Libra? What doesn't have your best interest at heart right now? 9 of Cups. First thing I want to be saying for you, Libra, is that this is temporary. All right, what's going on in your life right now? Again, I know it's, I'm not trying to sugarcoat this or play this down for you, Libra. Like, I see that you've been going through the ringer, friend, right? But just understand, like, what you're dealing with right now is temporary. All right, so it's not going to be part of your life for the foreseeable future. This is, you get what you need. And then again, that world energy is like things are being wrapped up, right? You already made it through not only the eye of the hurricane, but you're on the last bit of it there, right? I won't be surprised, Libra, if we get like a 10 of Swords here for you to really symbolize the closure of a really difficult time of your life. But yeah, first and foremost, friend Libra, do not feel so overwhelmed with thinking that this is going to be your reality and that forever, or that you're not going to be able to get out of this here. All right, your spiritual team still has been working behind the scenes there. Maybe they haven't been as present as you'd like them to be or as responsive, but they haven't abandoned you here, friend. All right, Libra. 7 of Cups, let's clarify this with the Devil. All right, so the other thing that's not working out in your favor, and then the 3 of Cups here as well in the back of the deck, Libra. So a couple different ways we can translate this, friend. In the social way, this is more so a sense, Libra, where it's like understand where people are at and don't try to make them something more than what they're able to be. All right, when it comes to friendships, when it comes to just general relationships in your life, Libra, all right, potential doesn't pay the bills, and potential, just because you can see the potential in people doesn't mean they're going to live up to it. All right, and so just from a social standpoint, just hold certain people in your social circles accountable, Libra, and don't feel obligated as well when you connected with that 9 of Cups to sustain certain relationships that really just are not for your better, good for you anymore. All right. Now, from a more introspective way, Libra, which you'll know this is for you as well. This is kind of like your spiritual team calling you out in terms of like, make sure that you don't keep on applying a bunch of distractions. All right. I think coping mechanisms serve their purpose. I'm not going to be this, holier than thou person or pretend as if I'm this Puritan that, we're living this human experience. And sometimes, we all have our vices, right? But, enjoy your vices if it needs to help, if it helps you get you through your day or through like a tough period of time in your life. But don't feel as if you need to make this your identity for the rest of the time. All right. So for example, it's like, if you like to just drink some wine, honey, drink that wine. I'm not going to tell you not to drink that wine, darling. All right. But, don't have this be something that you do and have it be part of your permanent identity. If that drinking wine is like prevents you from putting as much time or energy into, other projects there, right? Use the vices and be aware of like when you're going to be coming out of it, right? Always have an exit plan there. Page of Wands coming in here. Now let's clarify this, Libra, because to me this is symbolizing a sense of your spiritual team trying to bring something forward, but it's like there's either been like a block trying to come in or for this to be able to come in, or Ace of Cups coming in here and the Hierophant. All right, so what's the problem with this? It seems like a really good energy for what your spiritual team is working on. Like, why is this not coming through? Why is this not working out in your favor right now? Seven of Wands. Libra, again, I'm going to focus in more so on the introspective here, Libra, in terms of like what you can personally do. All right. If you were to just take in this tarot reading, like, and just, continue vibing out and not really make any changes, I feel like you still will end up in the places that you need to be, to be quite blunt. But for my Libras that are really trying to elevate themselves and speed up claiming this energy that your spiritual team has been working on here for your life. All right. You really need to just like, again, from a social way, evaluate who you're spending your time with, and if those are the type of people that that are bettering you or inspiring you to be better, or is it a time for you to like look into try to evolve into different social circles, right? Time to take your life a little bit more serious, and rather than just having for fun friends or party friends, start being around people who also have the same aspirations and goals as you, for example, right? Not that there's anything wrong with having those fun friends, but sometimes you have to take shifts in terms of like who you spend your time with there. And I feel like that's like the biggest struggle you might be going through right now, Libra, because it's like you have a lot going on in your life, so it's hard for you to like make that mental shift to shift into this new energy that you've been creating, that your spiritual team has been creating here for you. Now again, from an introspective way here, Libra, make sure that your habits are not to a detriment to what your spiritual team is trying to provide for you. All right, some of you Libras, you might be putting out a calling saying you want to connect to like people that are part of your soul tribe, but then what you're doing right now is counterproductive towards if they were to bring that soul, person from your soul tribe into your life, but you got going on, you keep on drinking that wine, and then you choose to like stay at home during the weekends, every single weekend drinking that wine, which nothing wrong with that, friend. But if you choose to do that rather than sometimes deciding to like go for a walk in the park or something, that makes it near impossible for that person that your spiritual team is trying to connect you with, that's part of your soul tribe, to meet you, right? So that's how like this domino effect seems to happen here when it comes to the vice. It's not necessarily me chastising you about the vice itself, everything in moderation, obviously, friend, right? But just make sure it doesn't prevent, these vices prevent you from allowing these blessings to come in. All right, Libra. So, do what you want to do, friend, but, just a balance, friend, Libra. I know I don't need to tell you that, but what are you manifesting? What's down the pipeline here for you, Libra? Let's see. Four of Pentacles. All right, so you're definitely going to be seeing on the horizon what we were talking about at the beginning here, Libra, in terms of like the fruits of your labor, your investments, what you've been putting time and energy into, starting to pay off here in a big way. Judgment energy, and then the King of Cups coming in here. This really speaks clearly of someone. This might be more so a little bit into the future here, Libra, but two different ways I could see this possibility manifesting. First way, this is going to be a sense of where if you continue investing into like either yourself or just your life here in general, Libra, it's going to put you into a place that has you connected with a King of Cups, someone who's extremely emotionally available, someone, Libra, who you're able to just really connect to on a deeper level. There's someone that wouldn't be sheltered at all, right? And it's because of how you show up today, how you show up tomorrow, and how you show up next week, and the week after, and the week after. All right. The other possibility that I could see this as, Libra, and this would be in someone in specific here that you've been connecting to, and you would want them to be showing more of their emotions, or maybe even just in this place of like wanting to have like a clear action or clear statement to be made by somebody of like where they feel towards you. Right? Maybe you're looking for a commitment from them, or just words are showing that they're taking the connection with you serious. And I think that would be coming there, right? And this would be with someone in specific that you already would have in mind of like who this would be about, Libra. So don't rack your brain too much if it's not that storyline. If it's not, then I think it's going to be the first path that I was talking about there, Libra. So really take a look at your routines, Libra. Your routines is going to be what's responsible for what you manifest in your life in the foreseeable future there, darling. All right. So, Libra, let's get into specifically your relationships in your life, your social life, Libra. We'll take a look at what's going on there. If there's someone that comes through, or, maybe we're just connecting to a new energy entirely. All right, Libra. Let's see here. What's going on? Let's connect to your energy. 7 of Cups coming in, 8 of Wands. I like to see this. High Priestess in the back of the deck is the Sun. I like to see this, Libra. I like to see this. To me, this is like you're at a very good place in your life to meet multiple people that are part of your soul tribe here, Libra, from a lot of different avenues, right? Even if I were to say, if it's like, if we're going to go with that analogy of drinking wine, friend, even if it's drinking wine, just start socially drinking wine, and go to places where, you can drink your wine, but also be around other people, or do something, like painting with a twist, things of that nature there, right? And so I really want to be suggesting for you, Libra, this is a time for you to be adventurous. All right. This is a time, if you are looking to connect to people and creating community in your life there, Libra, this is the time to really start prioritizing just putting yourself out there. All right. Doesn't matter what you do. It's just a matter of being seen and exploring different avenues of your life there. Right. 3 of Pentacles coming in, Queen of Pentacles, as well as the 10 of Pentacles. I feel as if you are like you're going to be coming into like a really solid community here soon, Libra. It feels to me as if like there's going to be like 1 or 2 people that really support you in a strong way, whether it's like quite literally financial support, Libra, or whether it's just like people that are going to be like rocks of your life, right? For that are going to be part of several chapters of your life there. All right. So really what I want to just be giving you the heads up on, Libra, is like, even if you are a hermit right now, Libra, and you're just listening to this just for the fun of it, and you want to just support me, which I appreciate you, Libra, if that is the case, ready or not, friend, your social life is going to start thriving here. And so you really want to start looking at your own actions and behaviors to make sure that it makes this energy to flow in as easy as possible. What are you doing to address, your insecurities, to make it so you're not as shy about opening up to people, so you choose to go out more, right? What are you doing in that regard there? What are you doing when it comes to the your own spiritual work as well? You've been, there's clearly people that are part of your soul tribe that are around you. Maybe it's time for you to put out, a calling so these people know where to find you, right? Maybe it's time for you to do a cleansing, enhance your own auric energy there, so they're able to sense your energy easier. What can you be doing to like make this be, to have this come into fruition here, right, Libra? Now, if you're dealing with someone in specific, which 3 of Swords here, the person that's on your mind, 6 of Wands, is someone that really disappointed you here, and then that 8 of Swords. Very specific message here for somebody, Libra. There's somebody in your life that has disappointed you, and I think you really wanted this to work out. Whether this is like a platonic relationship, friendship, like whatever the case is, Libra, there's something where it's like they disappointed you. You really wanted it to work out, and you don't really know what to do next with this here. With that 8 of Swords, I am a little bit worried for you, Libra, that you're internalizing it too much because someone of that person disappointing you. Like you might be feeling as if your standards are too high, or, that there's something wrong with you for why they didn't try enough, or, whatever the context is for that disappointment. Make sure you don't internalize it. But let's see, is this going to be worth your time to like explore here? Page of Wands coming in. The Sun. Okay, so it is, Libra. It is. This is going to be one of those rare times. I will tell you that if, you know, whoever this person is that has disappointed you, that, you know, you're not crazy for the feelings that you feel towards them. There's clearly something there. And, you know, this is going to be one of those times, Libra, where I will say it's like work through the pain, work through the disappointment, talk to them, you know. I'll take a look and see their feelings towards you. Maybe it's going to be hard for you to even have a conversation with them, but I can tell you at the very least, it wouldn't be, you know, it's not a waste of time to explore this more. This is not going to be someone where it's like you just cut off, you know, cut the loose ends, unless they are choosing to be emotionally immature and not handle this as well. Feelings towards you, 9 of Swords, 8 of Cups coming in here with the 9 of Cups, or yeah, 9 of Cups, 9 of Swords, and then the 8 of Cups there. What is the back of the deck for them? 3 of Cups in the reverse. Is this like them feeling anxious about just like you? The Hermit. One more. The Lovers and the Magician in the reverse. This is someone that's taking it pretty hard. You may not be aware about it because, you know, it's human nature for us to just not vocalize that vulnerability there. But I feel like this is somebody that's really struggling with their own personal perception of themselves here. And I think even if they're not willing to admit it because of their pride, Libra, this is somebody that is taking it relatively hard and like kind of like stressed out and feeling as if they've like messed things up here, right? Where it's like too little too late. And I feel like their response to this is kind of just like shutting down, which is not, you know, an excuse or justifying their actions here. But if you're taking their silence as like because they don't care, it's not because they don't care. I feel like it's more so they're just embarrassed. And so you can choose to do what you want to do with this energy after, you know all this context here. Again, just as a light reminder, I will tell you this is something that, you know, on a personal level, I'm very quick to cut people off, but your message here, it says, it's like, this is somebody worth, you know, exploring this more and seeing where things will really develop. I feel like if you do have a conversation with them, they will, again, it may be emotional in the moment, but they will definitely sit with it and really internalize it and be like, dang, I really messed up, or, you know, realizing where they need to improve there, Libra. So that's the reading that I have for you, darling. I hope something in here resonated with you. If it did, let me know how it did in the comments below. You know, if there was like a light bulb moment or something that really resonated with you, friend, I'd love to hear it in the comments. And yeah, I would love to hear if you have any plans this weekend, friend. I might go out hiking, but anyways, no one asked. But I hope this resonated with you. If you want to book a private one-on-one tarot reading with me, you can look down in the description box down below where it has my site. It's just SimplyVelca.com. And yeah, I love you so much, Libra, and I'll connect to you sometime in the near future. Bye.